Hello, once again, another video. As we spoke before, it is now time to plan our seeds and figure out which beds they're going to go in. Alright, so what we're going to do here, we're going to draw out a view from a satellite, our own fake view, not from a satellite, but from the top down. I've got a photo here, or a drawing from when I drew up the garden plans a couple of years ago. 3 I guess now, 2020. This is basically what it looks like, minus the box right here. That will be in the future, but there are extra boxes here we're going to add. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw that out on this paper, and then we're going to get our box of seeds that we've chosen for this year, and we're going to go ahead and put them on paper so that we'll be ready as far as where they're going to go. In upcoming video, I will show you how to plant the seeds and the domes and the little things we're going to put the seeds in, and note the date, and then after that we'll move on through our gardening year. Okay, you're not going to be able to see me, I apologize, but the importance is here. So, this is a little antique box that I picked up from a thrift store. This is where I keep my seed packets that are going to be going out in the garden. I've got my flowers here, and then I've got everything labeled as far as what they are and things like that. I'm going to need a bigger box. I've got a whole nother room full of these, so this is just what we're working with. So, let's go ahead and draw out our garden. So it's long ways this way. It's actually 25 by 30. Not that you need to know that, but we've got this box in the back. Is our pen gonna work? Well, I guess not. Sucky. We'll just go for another one. Got this for Christmas. Really cool. Handmade. Local man here. So we'll use this. Okay. Draw out our boxes. This one, this one. This one. I am not an artist. This one. And we'll do the west one. Center. You don't have to do this. You can make it more simple. But sometimes people need visuals, and that's okay. Alright, so this very rough, very, very rough, is we'll label out this is the least sun. This is mostly during the day, from morning to night. This is full. This is partial. I know this because I've gardened obviously, but I've stood in my garden before I even built it, and I watched the sun in the summertime, the spring, the fall, as it moves through the sky from east to west. And according to the trees in my backyard and some of the shade, this is stuff that I've already learned. You're going to want to do that. You can't just plant a garden in the shade and just guess what you're going to put in there. You got to know. So partial, and this is full. So this is full mostly, and then least and partial. Okay, I've got asparagus, which I've already got planted in a box right here, so we don't need to worry about that. I've got cut flowers in there too. Got a box here with blueberries, already done, been growing, and this one here with blackberries, already done, been growing. Okay, don't need to worry about those. Don't need to worry about asparagus. I've got pole beans. They like the shade, so we're going to put pole beans here. Right, pole beans. Gosh. Okay. Broccoli. Should have probably already planted it, but it's still freezing every morning. Doesn't matter, let's try it. You're going to want to do broccoli here. I actually had broccoli living in a shaded wheelbarrow under a tree. And in another cut flower box I've got out there that I mulched over, and this spring when I was cleaning up on the other video, which I didn't show you, there was another head of broccoli that grew all winter under the mulch. It was amazing. So, be broccoli in this area, mostly shaded, partial shade. We got cabbage. We're going to give that a try. So we'll do cabbage here. Now we've got corn. And this is the creamy corn, peaches and cream, from the seed store. And last year I planted a bunch of corn. It grew like 12 feet tall. And then when it was time to harvest, I realized it was cob or pencil cob corn, which is only good for making creams and stuff or whatever, I guess. But it didn't go to waste. It all went to my wife's fall decorations, if you will. So think outside the box. She uses the stalks and the cobs to create some sort of a fall feeling around our house inside now. So kind of cool. Cucumbers. We're always doing cucumbers. It's a staple. We're going to do straight eights and tender burpless. Those we always do on a trellis in these areas here. Okay, so we're going to do cucumbers all around the edges in this box here. So cukes, 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 cukes. It will grow over a panel fence into this next box up here. Okay? It will grow over a cattle panel fence here into this box here. Alright? Now we've got dill. I've not studied dill, but I'm pretty sure it grows in almost every condition. And I'm okay with that. So I'm going to spread dill probably throughout the boxes. So we'll do dill randomly in here. We'll do some dill randomly in here. some dill randomly in here. We won't do here, sorry, corn. Corn is always in the full sun box. Probably do some dill randomly in here, just to spread it out. I may even put it in more places. We'll see. Onions. Treated Vidalia sweet onion seeds, non-GMO heirloom. I've got this from a random person on eBay who grows their own heirloom. Got plenty of seeds. So they're sweet onions, so they're going to be pretty good. They like all kinds of different stuff. They grow in all different types of years and things. So as far as onions go, I'm probably going to do onions. Let's see. Where should we do the onions? It's pretty hot, sunny here, so I think we'll do onions. Onions, 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 onions. And you know, we're all learning, so everywhere that I do onions, I am going to note over time which boxes they liked for the future. Some they may, some they may not. I'll remember, and next time I will plant them where they need. I may even plant them around the yard, in some wheelbarrows and some random yard art stuff I have with potting soil and stuff in it. So, onions, onions, onions. All right. Peppers. Peppers. I've got all kinds of hot peppers. I am going to sprinkle hot peppers into some random pots my wife has decided that we're going to go ahead and get here in a short while on the actual patio where it's really hot and really sunny. I did peppers a couple years in a row out in the garden. Not hot and sunny enough. I didn't do it early enough. They barely produced both years in a row. So I have some pepper plants that I've already planted in my indoor tent greenhouse, if you will, that have been growing for about 2 months now. So we will transplant those outside, and I may grow seed just for the heck of it in the same planters. So we'll skip those for now because they aren't going to go in the garden. Radishes. They like cool weather, not too much sun. I've got some AsianGardenSeeds.com from eBay once again. So these are special radishes. They're supposed to be. They're J.A. Dalton radishes. So we got a lot of seeds. Shady, not too hot, not too sunny. We will probably put radishes throughout the corn box. They will be shaded eventually. See how they like it. If they don't, we'll learn. We did a few radishes last year, and I had to learn that they're very short timers. I left them in too long. So this year I will keep an eye on them a little bit better. I may do radish all throughout here. We'll do radishes for sure here, shaded. And they're quick. They'll end up gone, and I can plant something else in its way, squash or something. Onions, onions. We'll do radish here, radish here. We gotta remember our big stuff. So squash. I've got cucurbita pepo. They're black beauty squash. And some summer squash. A lot of these are extras. I'm not going to plant them all, obviously, but you can get 4 packs of these for $1 in the winter time at the dollar store. So check that stuff out. So squash. We will be doing squash. Let's see. Dill will be strewn throughout here and onions. So we will do squash. They liked this box last year, so we'll do squash and squash. Okay. Randomly, because they move around the box. They do a lot of growing, but they always are moving. I mean, by the end of the season, they've circled the box almost twice. It's kind of cool. Sunflower seeds. Those are going to go random around the yard, not food. Tomatoes. Roma. Breakfast. 42-day. Solanum. Black cherry. Black cherry. Okay. We'll always do tomatoes here. And they trellis 2 ways. And the beans area will also be tomatoes. At the same time, there's no trellis there. We'll let those crawl. Tomatoes probably will mix in also in this middle box. They seem to like this middle box also. But we're going to do a bunch of tomatoes all over in this shaded box here. It has the most trellising. And it'll give some shade eventually to these, depending on when they're done or not done, depending on how the sun and how the weather goes this year. So far it's been snowing and freezing until last week. And within this week, it's gone from 40 to going to be like 87 on Sunday. So we'll see how this year goes. Some years go straight to 109, and it's like that for 6 weeks. And our cool weather stuff doesn't like that much, and it goes to seed. If it goes to seed, I let it go to seed. I'll just let it do its thing. Let it run its course. I'm all organic. I may save seeds, I may not, but I love volunteer type stuff, especially if it gets cross-pollinated. So I've had some interesting squash and pumpkins and tomatoes in the past from that, and it's kind of cool. So we're gonna let it do its thing, right? So okay, we do have watermelon. My wife likes watermelon. We didn't have luck last year. All sweet watermelon. All sweet watermelon, all sweet. I don't know. I trellised them. I got 2 after like 6 months last year, and they were only about this big. So, on that note, I've got all these seeds here I'm going to plant randomly throughout the whole yard. They're marigolds and perennial mixes of hummingbird and wildflower blend and all kinds of stuff. So we got that. So we'll shut this down, get it out of the way. I gotta tell you, Chad New, he's got a YouTube site. I think it's called Chad New. He grew, I think, Colorado's largest pumpkin, but it could be the United States' largest pumpkin, I think. Either way, last year, I randomly followed him on YouTube because I've been growing pumpkins just kind of on the sides of the garden for my wife's fall stuff. My order was really, really late. I ended up getting some seeds. I've started them already. They're in the tent. They're from a couple giant pumpkins he's done, but because they were late, I randomly got this in the mail yesterday. A letter that says, "Sorry for the delay. Enjoy the free giant melon seeds. I hope you grow a monster. Good luck, Chad." Hey, that's cool. I didn't even expect it. What did we get? What did we get? Colorado Giants is his pumpkin growing name. That's also his website, coloradogiants.com, if you want to order any large melons or pumpkins or anything like that. He's got those. So we got a 251 Lindley from 2019. These seeds came from a 272.5 pound watermelon crossed from Neptune. Actually, Neptune and Selft. That means it's pollinated itself. 1783. This is one of Chad's state records from last year. Pumpkins, which I've already got a couple growing anyway, so I'll probably save those. And these are melon seeds. Watermelon, it looks like, because they're not labeled, but they look like watermelon. Giant watermelon seeds from, they're called 254 vial. They're from a 330 pound vial melon crossed with its own sibling. So I'm thinking about maybe growing a small patch of crawling pumpkins right on the edge of the garden where I did pumpkins last year. Definitely going to try to grow a 100-pound pumpkin this year in a new spot back behind our swimming pool, and let it go all the way around and try to keep it under control, which is really hard, but try to let it go around the edge of the yard and towards the garden. We'll see. My goal is 100 pounds. It was 50 pounds last year, and I got close to it. The year before, my goal was 50 pounds, and it was like 35-ish. So this year, with better genetics, I'm going to give it a shot. So that will also be something you can follow along with me throughout this season of videos. So, all right, there it is, my friends. This is rough, but this gives us a goal. This gives us an idea. And we also get to notate, whether it's video or write down, keep a notebook of what does good and what does bad where. It's trials and tribulations for me. I'm not a master gardener. I'm just doing everything that I've been learning. Reading documents and watching specific master gardeners on the internet. So, so far so good. I don't have 100% every year on everything, but that's because I like testing and doing a lot of stuff. So you will see that probably coming up here quick, maybe the next video, where I'm going to learn how to do some KNF stuff, Korean National Farming, in buckets and large lidded garbage cans. I've been studying some of that, and being organic, I want to start making my own fertilizer because my chop and drop's doing good, but my soil's going down faster than I can make compost. So if I can compost, chop and drop, and use some of these fertilizer methods, I think it will help me build up more soil over time, especially in the winter coming up. But we'll see. I may need to buy a little more good topsoil here coming up this year. We'll see, but we'll go along with what we've got here first. I did notice with my wife last night that the boxes have lost about a foot of soil over the last 2 years. So from settling, not necessarily from wind, but settling and things like that. But my compost is 2.5 years old. I don't quite have enough to amend and fill each box yet, but I think with the wood chipper shredder that I did the video on yesterday, I will be able to do things a lot quicker building up soil now that I can chop up sticks and corn stalks and all the tree trimmings and stuff from my own. So, anyway, if you like this video, go ahead and like. Make sure you subscribe, and then hit the notification bell down there, because the YouTube guys will send you a little notification when I put out a new video. Thank you. Good day, and happy gardening.